Twilight Zone Tower of Terror is safe, Disneyland Paris fans. We can all let out a sigh of relief. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about something which I am so happy about. I'm actually over the moon. I didn't realize that I would get so het up about Disney rides. Obviously I'm a big Disney fan, but I didn't realize that a change in the Disney park could affect me so much. But let me tell you the whole story. Basically, in Disneyland, California, about a year or so ago, their version of the Tower of Terror was changed into Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. I personally just believe that Tower of Terror has a lot more charm, it's a lot more atmospheric, it's a lot more in keeping with the theme of the park, and I just think that Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout is a bit of an eyesore and it doesn't fit with the Californian theme of that park. And I know that Disney are trying to move away from the Californian theme of California Adventure, but you know, you can't just shove random IPs in there willy-nilly. So as soon as this happened in California, there were immediately rumors that it would happen at Disneyland Paris. And I was beside myself upset. Because in Walt Disney Studios in Paris, the Tower of Terror is right slap bang in the middle of the park. It's like the studio's version of the castle in the Magic Kingdom. It's the first thing you see when you enter into the park, and it ties the whole Hollywood movie-making theme together. So I think it's just such an important ride, and it's also probably the only ride in the studio park which could even be considered iconic. Unlike in the Magic Kingdom where you've got Pirates of the Caribbean and the Phantom Manor and all these famous rides, the only ride that's really super famous in the studio park is the Tower of Terror. And I don't think I'm just being a purist. Lots of people say that Walt Disney never wanted his theme parks to be museums. They need to be constantly evolving, constantly changing, and I agree with that. I think that's true, and I think there should always be improvements, and they should always be pushing the limits in technology and, you know, showmanship. But this just feels like a massive step in the wrong direction. And the rumors started to look even more plausible when earlier last year, Disneyland Paris announced that Twilight Zone Tower of Terror would be going into a year-long refurbishment. And for me, I consider that to be a death sentence. And I was really sad about it. Honestly, I was really sad. I probably would still continue to go to Disneyland, but I think it would really change my opinion of the studio park. It's never been a particularly strong Disney park. It's normally at the top of a lot of top 10 worst Disney parks. And I can see that. It's very small and it lacks a lot of Disney magic, but when they built Tower of Terror 10 years ago, I felt like that ride lifted the park to a much more Disney standard. But thank goodness we can all rejoice, because only a couple days ago at the Disney Expo in Japan, they announced that not the Tower of Terror, but the Rock and Roller Coaster would be becoming a Marvel-themed ride, which I think is fantastic news. And Disneyland Paris also recently announced that the Tower of Terror will just be getting a refurb. It's not going to be turned into Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, which I just think is fantastic news. And I'm not that sad to say goodbye to Rock and Roller Coaster. I don't think it really ever fit with the theme of the park anyway, and I much prefer Marvel to Aerosmith. And if they're going to spend a whole year and a whole ton of money refurbishing Tower of Terror, I'm pretty sure that means it's going to be around for a long while. Okay, Disneyland Paris fans, now it's time for me to hear from you. What do you think about this news? Are you sad to say goodbye to the Rock and Roller Coaster? Are you glad that Tower of Terror is going to be staying, or did you want it to be turned into a Mission Breakout ride? I also want to know, what rides would you be happy to get rid of, and which rides would you be absolutely heartbroken if Disney decided to re-theme? Thank you so much for watching my video. Please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel if you're new here, and I'll see you real soon, Disney fans. Bye!